My name is George Perry. I am the president of the Indiana Soccer Hall of Fame. Never leave a meeting room while the meeting's going on, because things happen to you, like becoming president of a group or things along those lines. But we're extremely excited about today to our three honorable inductees into the Indiana Soccer Hall of Fame. There are a number of Hall of Fame people that are in the room right now. If you would please stand. Those who are in the Indiana Soccer Hall of Fame, please. There we go. Yeah, I'll take a little. And now for our third inductee to the Hall of Fame, who is Isang Jacob. Todd Leiden will be introducing him. Please come on up.
25 years ago, an assistant coach at Indiana University, Purdue University of Indianapolis, had an idea. Isang Jacob believed college soccer players lacked the technical skills to effectively compete at a high level. A resident of Pike Township, Isang engaged the local nondescript youth soccer club, Pike Youth Soccer, with an offer to coach an under-10 soccer team, a far reach from coaching college athletes. Soon a tryout ensued with members of the Thunder and the Lightning and others taking a chance on this unknown opportunity with Isang Jacob, Coach Jacob, or the crazy Nigerian as he was sometimes called. From the beginning, Jacob's message was clear. The goal was to raise fine young men with technical skills who could compete at the highest level. I suspect some thought this was the required message, and surely winning was the goal. Youth sports, including travel, was starting to explode in popularity despite the fact that scholarship opportunities to play collegiately were limited, given higher profile sports, and professional opportunities were not even a remote consideration. The 90 Indy Burn Eagles would commence play at U10 in the fall of 2000, with Greg Dana, one of their youth coaches, leading the charge while Jacob transitioned his responsibilities from IUPUI. In the spring of 2001, Isang took the reins of the program and in his first month started to forge a family identity as he and the team faced the daunting task of supporting one of their players, Blake, and our family, as our oldest son, Peyton, would pass from complications of sepsis. The first season was replete with a lack of success, as measured on the pitch by wins and losses. 4 players left for greener pastures. Discipline was a hallmark of Jacob's philosophy and coaching style. Players arrived on time, or there were consequences. Respect was afforded to their opponent. While club soccer was not connected to education, academics were important and players had to turn in their grade cards if they were going to play. Practices would end when the evening's work was accomplished, which often required parents to park their cars adjacent to the fields with their headlamps on so they could see the field of play while Jacob would continue to have them practice in the pitch of black. That is true. The U12 season, the team's third, showed some promise, but included beatdowns by traditional powerhouses like Arsenal and Carmel. However, the team persevered and in an improbable series of events beat Arsenal 2-1 in the semifinals of the State Cup and capped off the tournament with a 1-0 defeat of Carmel. The improbable had occurred. The Indy Burn Eagles won the State Cup. A notable accomplishment for Isang and his team and the Pike Youth Soccer Club. I remember sharing with Blake and Jacob after the championship ceremony, it will never be the same again. The players who left a couple of years prior returned for tryouts later that summer, and players from other clubs would soon follow. The following years would see continued success on the pitch with 8 straight state championships and regional and national tournament victories, including Disney. 3 years in a row, the Eagles defeated the defending national champion in a national showcase or tournament. Talented players joined the roster from unlikely places like Southwest Michigan, Fort Wayne, and Elkhart, 2 to 3 hour one-way drives. 3 of the team's founding players played all 9 years with Jacob. The highest compliment that the team was afforded was offered by coaches and players of our opponents who said there was no other team they competed against that conducted themselves like Indy Burn, with sportsmanship and character. Jacob would accept nothing less. His players, if they're honest, and many are here today, may not say he was the greatest soccer strategist, nor did they always enjoy his various tactics. They would often hear him yell, "You're killing me," after a failure to accomplish what he wanted on the pitch. Jacob would often say the game has already been played, a reflection of his Christian faith and the verse in Matthew 5:18, which speaks to the fact that the Lord's plans will come to fruition. He would often ask me to pray before the matches and share some encouraging words. The Indy Burn last competed on the pitch almost 15 years ago. One could argue the greatest accomplishment and success has occurred since that time. Virtually all of his players went to college and played soccer. Jacob can share the statistics with you ad nauseum. He cares. More importantly, he will often speak with delight of the various lives they now lead as husbands and as fathers, and in their professions as doctors and dentists and educators and attorneys and consumer products, and with many of them coaching, and with 3 going on for distinguished and lengthy careers in Major League Soccer. Team members routinely gather for each other's weddings and other special occasions. I believe Jacob has attended all of them, even in faraway places like Mexico. It's my son's fault. The goal was to develop fine young men with technical skills to compete at the highest level. Coach Jacob, you accomplished the goal. I've always admired the person that wants to make an impact in the lives of others. And part of the reason for the crowded room today is because people care, and their lives have been changed dramatically by your care and love and influence on all of their lives. What you accomplished with a group of 10-year-old boys in the years to follow is truly extraordinary. Tonight is the culmination of an improbable journey from a decision to play college soccer at Liberty and a vision of almost 25 years ago. On behalf of Indy Burn, parents of Pike Youth Soccer Club, we are thankful for the impact that you had on our sons, the club, our competitors, and Indiana soccer. It's my honor to be here today to induct Isang Jacob into the Indiana Soccer Hall of Fame.
At last, a young man that was raised by a 3rd and 4th grade parent can stand before you. At last, people will know about Pike Township and the Indy Burn 90 Eagles team. I do not deserve to be up here. I have no right to be here. I want to introduce you to those that are in the Hall of Fame. If you played for the Indy Burn Eagles, if you're a parent of the Indy Burn Eagles, please stand up to be recognized. Those are your Hall of Famers. Those are the ones that need to be in the Hall of Fame. And I hope you, the Hall of Famers that are here today, will recognize that. How did I get here? I wrote my message so many times, my staff would tell you I rip it apart. I left it, even told my wife, I left it in the office yesterday. And I called my mom. And she said, you did not prepare for today. You did not make today happen. The Lord got you here. Speak from your heart. Let people see your heart. I want to thank everyone that voted, recommended me. Oh my goodness. Coach Don Rawson, may God continue to bless you for being here today. And I'll talk about Coach Dawson in a second. I was in Nigeria preparing for the Under-19 World Cup in Saudi Arabia. Coach Bell, and I'm going to do my best because it's not about me. I want to share the journey with you guys. Came to me and said, you have to break the cycle. Coach William Bell wrote the book, Light at the End of the Tunnel. If you haven't read it, it's on Amazon. I named my son after him. And he said, you have to break the cycle. I said, what does that mean? You're telling an African kid? This man had gone to where I was from, met with my parents. I was supposed to go to Harvard University. I changed to Liberty because of Coach Bell. And he said to me, as he prepared to go to Saudi Arabia for the Junior World Cup, I had coach at Birmingham. If you get injured, you're just a number and you'll be done. You need an education. That's where breaking the cycle came from. You need an education so you can support your family. And I accepted the scholarship to play at Liberty. And that was the beginning of the journey. And when Coach Bell, when I called him, I said, Coach, we went to visit him. Mom, I took my family. Mom had just had stroke, his wife. Remember the song, We Are the World. Think about what was happening in the 80s. If you are from Africa, they believe you have AIDS. That kids from Africa eat monkeys. That's a fact. That's how the song came up. Coach Bell had to take a piece of paper that shows that we did not have AIDS to when we were playing games so that he can show that. That was the journey. And he said to me, give back to the game what the game has given you. If you've served, if the armed forces of the United States or anywhere in the world, please stand to be recognized. If you have served in the military, armed forces, if anyone is here, or you're a family that have served in any military organization, to please stand. Thank you for your service. Today is not about me. Today is about the work that we've done. I remember, Mr. Geis, and I thank you again. We were in Bonnie Long's classroom, and I talked about my vision. And he said, does he even realize they're 9 years old? And I said, yes, but I never wavered. It was about producing fine young men. And thank you, Mr. Lydon. When I took over the team, something tragic happened. And Mr. Lydon shared that. And I'm telling him the reason why I want him to be a part of today was he changed the trajectory of me. My doctoral work is in mental health. I didn't know what to do when I found out that we've lost a very important part of our family. I didn't know what to do. Mr. Lydon, as calm as he's always been, and he said to me, the Lord will lead you. So we canceled practice, and we were at the Lydons to support our family. I'm not standing before you because we won. Winning was never a part of it. It was about producing fine young men to serve. And my players will tell you, back then, you couldn't find colorful shoes. For you to wear colorful shoes, you have to do what? Community service, 300 hours. It was about that. I showed up in schools when they didn't take care of their homework, that's true. And they were killing me. College coaches will come and said, I'm not just recruiting your players because they're good soccer players, but because they find young men and they will be good in the locker room. I remember Coach Pat Noonan calling me about Ray Gaddis, about changing the locker room. I remember Coach Shellis talking to me about Matt Hedges, the youngest MLS player. I remember all those. That's why I'm standing before you today. I remember when I was sleeping in my car, homeless, Chief Reggie would come and wake me up and said, did you fall asleep in your car? He didn't know that I was homeless for 6 months. And thank you to my childhood friend. I would wait when his wife would leave for work so I can go take a shower. I would sneak into a church and sleep in the church. Steve Stallman saw me because I was snoring. And he said, I have apartments that you can stay for $150 a month. And getting into coaching. I remember Coach Don Rawson, Coach Perry, asking me to be a part of the ODP program. I didn't know what that meant. And again, I was an apprentice, trying to learn the game. I remember interviewing, I was playing with the Blast, with Russell. I would create the PK, Russell would take the PK and get the glory. Walking in for an interview, Coach Franklin has his sandals, Adidas shorts. Here I was, it was 102 degrees, I had a suit on for an interview. All I asked for, just give me a chance so I can learn the trade. The fine young man, we've cried, we've gone through a lot, and we've celebrated together. Yes, I have not missed their weddings. Mr. Whitman, don't talk about my dancing. For those young ladies, young men, when you want to go into coaching, don't make winning your priority. While I was homeless, I was ready to leave. As Nigeria was preparing for the World Cup, because I still think I had a chance, while I was at Indiana Wesleyan. And I found a family through the church. And they're here today, the Howards. They took me in. I think they understand what rice and chicken means after a while. And I thank them for that. And that's my journey. And in 2012, during the Olympics, while I was in London, met my wife. And understand, people say, why did you wait so long? Here's why. When my father was down, I lost my dad when I was 14 years old. His goal was to make sure we graduate from high school. He did not. He had a third grade and my mom had fourth grade. And in his dying bed, he said, he was crying. And I'm like, Dad, why are you crying? He goes, because I cannot give you what you guys needed for your future, which is education. I can stand before you because Mom is going to say this. All my siblings graduated from high school and college before I started my own family, because that was his dream. And I made that for my dad. And I'm standing before you. I know he's going to be proud to say, you did what you were supposed to do, produce fine young men. What these guys are doing is amazing. They were 9 years old. I got lawyers here, I got dentists here, but here's the most amazing thing that happened. We had one from Indy Burn, We had a guy that needed help. I pick up the phone and call Michael, dentist Dr. Michael Whitman. And he said, I'll get the kid in right away. That is being producing fine young men. And I'm sorry if the story doesn't align with Isang Jacob playing time, or Isang Jacob professional career, because that's not my journey. I'm going to leave you with Acts 1:7. It's God's time that I'm going into the Hall of Fame. It is not about my time, because my time is irrelevant. And I just want to thank those that have pushed me, those that have loved me, those that have put up with me, competition-wise, because there was a purpose. This is a young man that was homeless, struggled with mental health. As a professional athlete, if we don't do anything, soccer will come and go, but the lives of those people that you touch will continue to remain. And that is our job. I would not have done anything that I've done without having a great group of parents. Kathy McGrath, thank you. You did not allow me to do anything, even though Tom Geis wanted to be my manager. I said no. Mrs. Hedges, Mama Yogi, she's not here today. Those were the people that ran the team, and I was able to just coach. Parents, allow coaches to coach. Just go out there and celebrate. The best jobs that I've done was when I shut up and just sat down and watched people do it. I am humbled. I am honored for those that voted for me, for those that did all the work for me, for the opportunity. Coach Franklin, for giving me the opportunity. Even though when we went to Division I, I was still in the restroom when he called me that we're going to Division I. That's Coach Franklin. And to the players that are coaching, continue to coach. And to the parents, allow the coaches to coach. I just want to thank you guys. Thank God for the opportunity, my family, my co-workers, everybody that is here. For the first time, I believe, we have all foreigners inducted into the Hall of Fame, in case you didn't know. All foreigners that have taken opportunity that this country has given us.
Very cool.
This country has given us opportunities. And I say, and I finish by saying, God bless America. It is been in there.
Well, this is not in the script, but it's not in the script, but since I have a big mouth, I have to say this.
Can you turn your phone off next time?
Because my son called me to be here, my other son. I'm Isang Jacob. If you ever read the book, The 10 Paradoxical Commandments by Robert Ken Keith, he stated the good you do today will be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyways. What you spend your bills may be destroyed, but not built anyway. I quoted that gentleman because Isang Jacob is that person. You don't know him like I do. You will give everything he has to make sure that you have what you need. He does what he has to do because of the God in him. Though a lot of people will say, he speak his mind. Yes, he speaks his mind. He never held back because he will hold you accountable. If you don't do what you have to do, he will let you know. He held me accountable several times. I've heard my cannibal most of the time. We fight all the time. We make up most of the time. I try to not cross him. When the boys get in trouble, they look at me, I turn my head to the side. Because it's Isang Jacob. The man you are looking at today is the man that I've saved a lot of lives. He's the man that I've raised his siblings, sent them through college. To the extent that some of them have a very higher degree than he does before he went for his own. He just continued to give and give and give, never stop giving. So I just want to say thank you for who you are and continue being Isang Jacob. Good chance.
So not much happened today, you know. I mean, no stories to listen to. I mean, it's just another one of those boring days. I got to find something to do that's more productive or something like that. But no, again, Hans, Russell, Isang, congratulations. I think you've joined a tremendous group of people, and I know there'll be more to join us afterwards that deserved as much as you folks. But to everybody that came, what a fantastic group to come today. I really enjoyed watching you folks while you were watching the videos and listening to these guys and the stories that came out. It was very laser focused. Everybody was there and very engaged, and how proud they all must be to have such a supporting group as you all are. So congratulations to you all. Again, thank you all very much for joining us for the 2024 Hall of Fame induction, and have a great evening, everybody. Thank you.
Hi, Isang Jacob, just recently inducted into the Indiana Soccer Hall of Fame class of 2024. Well, as I said earlier, it's not my award, it's for the parents and for the players and all the work that they've done. I was just blessed and fortunate to have a very good group of players and parents that believe in what I was doing. So I'm so thankful to be here and thankful for the players and the parents. The message would be, don't put winning first. It's not about winning. It's about producing fine young men. Invest in the players and their future and their career. That is more productive. That would take them further than just winning.